Now, have you ever wondered why the UK is in the throes of a recession while the US economy is booming? It's a puzzle that has intrigued economists and financial analysts alike, and it's a question we're going to explore today. Let's start by painting a picture of the contrasting economic landscapes. On one side of the Atlantic, we have the United Kingdom, currently experiencing economic contraction. Businesses are wary, consumers are cautious, and there's a general sense of uncertainty looming over the nation. On the other side, we have the United States, where the economy is not just surviving but thriving. Businesses are flourishing, consumers are spending, and confidence is high. Now you might be thinking, how did these two nations, so similar in many ways, end up on such divergent paths? Well, it's a tale of different government policies, trade relationships, and global market trends. On the policy front, the UK has had to navigate the choppy waters of Brexit, while the US has enjoyed the benefits of tax cuts and deregulation. In terms of trade, the UK's reliance on the European Union has made it vulnerable to global economic shocks, whereas the US, with its more diversified economy, has managed to weather these storms. And then there are the global market trends, with the US riding the wave of technological and energy sector growth, while the UK grapples with sluggish productivity and high household debt. But these are just the broad strokes. The devil, as they say, is in the details, and that's where we're heading next. Let's delve deeper into these factors and unpack the economic conditions in both nations. Are you ready to unravel this economic mystery? Let's go. To understand the UK's economic slump, we must first examine the impact of Brexit. The decision to leave the European Union has been a significant factor, creating a cloud of uncertainty that has hovered over the country's economic landscape. This uncertainty has led to a decrease in business investment, as companies have been hesitant to commit resources without a clear view of the future trading relationship between the UK and the EU. Consumer confidence has also been shaken. The average person on the street, unsure of what Brexit might mean for their job security or the cost of living, has been less inclined to spend. This decrease in spending has a ripple effect, leading to a slowdown in the economy as a whole, but Brexit isn't the only factor at play. The UK has been grappling with sluggish productivity growth for some time now. Compared to other developed nations, the rate at which the UK has been able to increase output per worker has been relatively slow. This has a direct impact on the country's economic growth. If productivity growth is low, then the economy's growth will also be low. On top of this, the UK has a high level of household debt. This means that a significant portion of people's income is being used to service debt, rather than being spent in ways that could stimulate the economy. High levels of debt can also lead to increased vulnerability to economic shocks, making it harder for the economy to recover. Another significant challenge for the UK is its reliance on trade with the European Union. The EU is the UK's largest trading partner, and any disruption to this relationship can have serious consequences. The ongoing global economic challenges, such as the slowdown in China and the trade tensions between the US and China, have affected the UK more due to this reliance. In contrast, the US, with its more diversified economy, has been better able to weather these global economic storms. But we'll delve deeper into the US economy in the next scene. Now that we have a better understanding of the UK's recession, let's turn our attention to the US's economic boom. The US economy is flourishing due to a combination of factors. Now let's delve into the reasons behind this remarkable boom. The Trump administration played a significant role in shaping the current economic landscape. One of the most impactful measures was the implementation of substantial tax cuts. By reducing corporate tax rates, the government stimulated business investment, leading to job creation, wage growth, and ultimately a stronger economy. But the administration didn't stop at tax cuts. They also championed deregulation, simplifying the business environment and providing companies with more freedom to innovate and grow. This move sparked a surge in business activities, particularly in sectors where regulations were previously seen as restrictive. However, the story of the US economic boom isn't just about government policies, it's also about the sectors that are thriving and driving this growth. Two sectors stand out in particular: technology and energy. The technology sector has been a powerhouse of the US economy, with tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Apple leading the charge. These companies have not only been successful in their own right, but they've also created a ripple effect, boosting productivity in other sectors from retail to finance. Then there's the energy sector. The US has experienced a boom in shale oil and gas production, making it one of the world's largest energy producers. This energy revolution has not only reduced the country's reliance on foreign oil, but also generated millions of jobs and contributed significantly to GDP growth. Finally, let's talk about the resilience of the US economy. Unlike the UK, which relies heavily on trade with the European Union, the US has a more diversified economy. This diversity has allowed it to weather global economic storms more effectively. Whether it's the slowdown in China or trade tensions with other countries, the US has managed to maintain steady economic growth thanks to its wide range of industries and trading partners. Clearly, the US's economic boom is not without reason, but how do these contrasting economic conditions affect the future of these nations? As we move forward, it's important to learn from these economic success stories and challenges. After all, understanding the past is key to shaping a prosperous future. The divergent economic paths of the UK and the US pose some interesting implications for the future. As we look ahead, the UK's current economic challenges provide an opportunity for reflection and adjustment. The recession has highlighted the need for greater economic resilience and diversification. This could involve a more comprehensive industrial strategy, similar to the United States' successful implementation of the Inflation Reduction Act. This act, focusing on green technology investments, has stimulated both demand and long-term production capacity. The UK could take a leaf out of the US's book by promoting large-scale investments in sectors with high growth potential. For example, the UK could leverage its strengths in areas such as renewable energy, biotechnology, and digital innovation. By doing so, it could stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and position itself as a global leader in these fields. However, the US's economic boom is not without its caveats. It's crucial for the United States to remain vigilant. The current success should not overshadow underlying issues that could potentially disrupt this economic boom. For instance, income inequality remains a significant problem in the US, with a widening gap between the rich and the poor. This disparity could lead to social unrest and political instability, which could in turn impact the economy. Furthermore, the US's booming economy is heavily reliant on the technology and energy sectors. While these sectors are currently thriving, the risk of over-reliance cannot be overlooked. Diversification of the economy remains a crucial strategy for sustainable growth. The US would do well to invest in other potential growth sectors to ensure a well-rounded and resilient economy. In addition, while the US has managed to weather global economic challenges effectively so far, uncertainties like trade tensions and the possible slowdown of other economies could still pose significant risks. Therefore, it's essential for the US to continue fostering strong international trade relationships and maintaining a robust domestic economy. The tale of these two economies, the UK and the US, underscores the importance of strategic planning, economic resilience, and diversification. Each nation has its unique strengths and challenges, but by learning from each other's experiences, they can navigate their economic paths more effectively. Only time will truly reveal the long-term impacts of these contrasting economic conditions. Let's recap the key points of our discussion. The economic puzzle of our time is the divergent paths of the UK and US economies. The UK, currently in recession, grapples with the fallout of Brexit, sluggish productivity growth, and a high level of household debt. It's also more exposed to global economic challenges due to its heavy reliance on trade with the European Union. Conversely, the US economy is in full bloom, buoyed by tax cuts and deregulation, coupled with robust growth in the technology and energy sectors, increasing overall productivity. The US's diversified economy allows it to navigate global economic challenges with greater resilience. It's important to note that the US has taken proactive steps towards economic growth. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, offering significant government subsidies for green technology investment, has sparked a surge in manufacturing investment and has laid the groundwork for long-term economic advantages. Meanwhile, the UK has seen its investment fall behind due to Brexit, weak growth, low confidence and uncertainty. This has exacerbated their long-term problem of low investment, leaving the UK trailing behind the US. In summary, the UK's economic woes and the US's economic boom are the results of a myriad of factors, including government policies, sectoral growth and global economic trends. Understanding these factors is crucial for predicting future economic trajectories and making informed decisions. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the UK and US economies. Remember, understanding the past and present can guide us towards a prosperous future.